Welcome back. We're here at Arlington Park. I'm here in the paddock with a very, very special guest. We have Calvin Borel riding the Prairie State Festival program with us today. He was kind enough to join me here. And just say a few words to you fans out there. Now, Calvin has not ridden here since 2006. Last time you came to town, you won a Grade 2. So you've come in and won a stakes race before. Good to have you back. What I want to ask you first of all is now that the dust has kind of settled a little bit. It's been 2 weeks since the Belmont. Now you have time to sit back and reflect on just the crazy trip of Mind That Bird and Rachel Alexandra. How does it feel now that you've had time to kind of step back and take it all in?
It's unbelievable. You know, I mean, it's every jockey's dream to have two horses like that, and much less, you know, win them both. I mean, and win the races that I win on them. It's unbelievable.
It was a fun ride. It was fun to watch. Now, you know, I've been doing the fairgrounds. I've been down at Louisiana Downs, down in that region where you come from also. Right. A lot of nice jockeys coming from the Louisiana region. And you guys start out riding in these bush tracks and in these crazy match races. Explain to all these Chicago people what that's really like. Because I've heard stories of horses in races with like tin cans tied to them and chickens tied to them. Tell them about that.
Yes, ma'am. That's how it was. You know, I was about 8 years old, and you couldn't hold them straight, you know, nothing. So they put you in the rails, and you get in the gates, and then have a chicken on the other side, and you'd be on the horse.
So you're 8 years old, like riding a race with a horse. Where do they tie the chicken?
They tied him to his legs and put him around the around him. Yeah.
So the chicken's like on the horse's back.
Exactly.
That's unbelievable. These things really happen. These people don't believe this. You know, we have Michael Straight riding with us. He went to the Chris McCarran school. Right. You went to the chicken on the horse school. That's great. Now, night racing at Churchill Downs. You were part of that last night. How was night racing?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable turnout. You wouldn't imagine. I mean, I think they had like 28,000 people. It was unbelievable. Very, very good turnout.
So you ended up winning a race at about 11 o'clock last night.
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're here. Are you tired?
No, we're here. Matter of fact, I win the future for my brother. I had a good night. I won a couple, and so I can't ask for no better than that.
Nice. Now, you know, Calvin, we'd expect to see you here maybe like on a graded stakes day, but you're here on Prairie State Festival Day. Is the big reason Gentleman Chester?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I mean, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Ralph Nix had asked me to come ride him, and the owners, and I ride a couple of horses for the same man, so we decided to come over, you know, and give a little bit to the fans and stuff and talk to them and do a few things.
Great. Now we're glad to have you here. Now, Gentleman Chester, he won this race last year when it was on the turf course. We got that massive rain yesterday, so of course we're racing over the poly track. You've been around everywhere for years. What are your thoughts on the poly track surface?
I think he'll be all right because he's won on it before, you know, so I don't think it'll bother him. You know, I mean, like me and Ralph was talking this morning, I think he'll run good.
What do you think about poly track in general?
Polytrack in general, I'm not a big fan of it, but you know, if it's good for the horses, it's good for me. But we'll just have to work with it a little bit.
Is it different to ride on for you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Kind of change your strategy a little
bit.
Exactly. All right. Well, good luck on Gentleman Chester, the rest of your mounts today, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us here today. Calvin Borel, everybody.
Thank you.